Happy Wednesday, everyone. We're officially halfway through the week. I'm your host, Audrey, and you can follow me on Instagram at AudreyReedCouch. And don't forget to follow at the Q Trivia on all social media to stay up to date on all the news from our highly secret bunker right here in the Holy City, Charleston, South Carolina. We are giving out $100 tonight. Want to make it yours? Here's how. There are 12 questions in the game. You have 8 seconds to answer and 3 choices to pick from. The questions range from answerable to just a little tricky. Get the question right, you'll advance on to the next round. Make it to the end, you'll win or split the cash. But even if you do get eliminated, keep on playing for those leaderboard points. And to sweeten the deal, when you give your friends your referral code to sign up for the Q, both you and your friend get a free life to use on questions 1 through 11. So tell all your friends to sign up for the Q using your code right after the show. That's the name of the game, so let's get to the trivia. $100, 12 questions, time for question 1. Which of the following is not a type of cat? A tiger, leopard, or dingo? I'll even give you a little hint here. The odd one out is a type of wild dog. Does that help at all? Well, you probably didn't need the hint anyway. You're all too good. The only non-cat listed here is a dingo. Bingo, you all are still on the money as we head to question 2. What is the Louvre? A train station, a statue, or a museum? It's one of people's first stops in Paris, France, and for good reason. It's full of history and all sorts of incredible sights. Maybe you've been there yourself before. It is a museum, of course. You're all crushing this game so far. Let's keep it up as we head on over to the next one. Get ready. What is the tango? A game, a dance, or a song? I'm sure a few of you are big fans of it, so don't let me down. I know you all know this one. This is practically a gimme, so just make sure you get your answer in before time runs out. The tango is a dance, and a really fun one at that. All right, everyone, let's tango on over to question 4. Where is Ecuador? North America, South America, or Europe? It's home of the famous Galapagos Islands, which is the home of the even more famous blue-footed boobies. Yes, they really do have very blue feet. So, do you know which continent it's found on? Looks like time is up and the answers are in. Ecuador is found in South America. Look at you all go. You're already a third of the way there. On to question 5. Who wrote the Chronicles of Narnia? J.K. Rowling, George R.R. Martin, or C.S. Lewis? Man, does this take me back. I loved these books as a kid, and don't even get me started on the movie. I was totally here for it, and so were tons of you, I'm sure. So, do you remember who wrote the series that started it all? It was C.S. Lewis. Look at all you bookish Qsters go. Now we're coming up on the halfway point. Bring on question 6. What type of animal is featured as the logo for Abercrombie and Fitch? A moose, a fish, or an eagle? Oh man, this was the brand to have back in middle school. I remember begging my parents for just one of those polos, complete with this little dude in the corner. Alas, it was too overpriced for what it was, so I never got the polo, but I can tell you that their logo is a moose. You all remember the good old 2000s fashion trends? Way to go. Let's head into the second half. What is a muffaletta? A cocktail, a cake, or a sandwich? Well, I can tell you that they're downright delicious. Seriously, if you've never had one before, you need to find one, eat it, and thank me later. Just trust me. Just in time for dinner, it's a type of sandwich. And now let's switch from food to state capitals for question number 8. What is the capital of North Carolina? Charlotte, Raleigh, or Wilmington? They're all lovely places, but only one can be the capital. Know which one it is? Get those answers in. Time is ticking. Do you have it? Great. The capital is Raleigh. That was a bit tricky. Some of you went for Charlotte. Understandable, but not quite. Let's head to question 9. How many legs do bipedal animals use to walk? 1, 2, or 4? Now, even if you've never heard this word before, you can definitely break it down to get the answer. Think to your prefixes. Does that help at all? Bi means two and ped means foot, so bipedal must mean the animal walks on 2 feet. See, you've all got this. So many of you nailed that one. On to the next. Where was Matthew McConaughey born? In California, Texas, or Florida? He's often associated with this state. In fact, he currently lives there, and he even teaches a film class at the local college. I can't give you any hints that make it more obvious. He is from and currently lives in Texas. And yes, he really does teach a film class at UT. Can't imagine what that waitlist looks like. Yikes. On to question 11. An armada usually refers to cars, foot soldiers, or ships. Think about it. Maybe you've heard this word come up in history class before. After all, there's a pretty famous event that happened in European history involving one of these. Do you have it, or are you just going to take a wild guess and hope for the best? An armada usually refers to ships. And speaking of, it's smooth sailing for so many of you as you head into the final question. Fat is a lipid, carbohydrate, or protein. We're wrapping things up tonight with a little nod to science class. How many of you remember learning about the macromolecules? It's been a while, hasn't it? Well, it looks like some of you still have it because fat is a lipid. Congratulations, you smarties are taking home your share of the cash. Way to bring it home. But if you didn't quite make it, no worries. You have another chance to win tonight at 8:30 p.m. Eastern with ITK, so don't miss it. But for now, don't forget to follow us on all social media at the Q Trivia. Thank you all so much for playing. Congrats again to all the winners. I'll see you next time. But until then, have a great night.